What's up guys, PTCGL here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be taking a look at Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX, the most played deck on Limitless TCG right now. Now, I know this is a little bit different of a video than probably some of you were expecting. I just got finished with the Mario Pokemon video, which I really appreciate you guys coming back and watching that after a little bit of a hiatus. I had multiple IRL things going on at the time, and it was a little difficult to try and juggle that in YouTube, but now I'm in a spot where I can start making more content and work on the next few major projects. I do have some special ideas in the works, and potentially a very special collaboration, but I'm still working on that. But in the meantime, I just thought I'd do a regular video, and I made a really cool thumbnail for it, so I just really wanted to show off this deck and show off why I really like Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX in the format right now. And that is because I think it is just, the meta is perfect enough for Marnie's Grimmsnarl to where it can play a slow and fast game. And that is because Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX has the Shadow Bullet attack. It is a dark type, by the way, and it has the punk up ability. We'll talk about that in a second. It has the Shadow Bullet attack, which does only 180 damage, but it does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, which means that you can do 30 damage snipe, which is really good in this current format, because you also have access to, oh, hold on, going the wrong way. Because we have access to Munkidori, probably the most evil card in the format right now. And some of you might be thinking, oh, well, PK, normally you say Budew is the most evil card in format. Budew is a nuisance still, but I think Budew play has really started to drop because of Munkidori. Munkidori is currently the most toxic card in the entire game because it has the Adrenabrain ability. Adrenabrain basically heals 30 damage off of your Pokemon and just does a free 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and you can use as many Adrenabrains as you have Munkidoris with dark energies attached every single turn, so you could be doing potentially an extra 120 damage spread, or essentially a Lost Mine for free every single turn, which is just disgusting. And you can pair that with Marnie's Grimmsnarl, which also benefits from attaching dark energies to itself with the Punk Up ability, which allows you to attach energies to your Marnie's Grimmsnarl directly, meaning that you can use your energy attachments return to attach to the Munkidoris. And then also, we can take advantage of more damage with Froslass, with the Freezing Shroud ability, which says you can put 1 damage counter on each of any Pokemon that has an ability in play, except for any Froslass, meaning that you can load up damage onto your Munkidoris and on your Marnie's Grimmsnarls, and then you can just use Adrenabrain, load all that damage off, deal a whole bunch of chip damage, and then basically say your move, and your opponent has literally nothing left. So I think Marnie's Grimmsnarl is incredible against the opposing sort of evolution decks. It kind of struggles a little bit against single prize beat stick decks, like Raging Bolt specifically, but it has a pretty good matchup spread, and I'm just going to kind of go through this list real quick. I know I'm a little rusty on this, I haven't done this in a while, but we're just going to go through each Pokemon that I haven't talked about and give them a quick mention before kind of looking at the rest of the list. So of course we have 1 copy of Budew for the Itchy Pollen attack, just to stall basically. It's not really used for much else. Free Retreat is pretty nice when you're trying to figure out what to do for the next turn, but I don't count on your Budew sticking around for very long, or you really even wanting to use Budew. We also have Shaymin in here. Shaymin is mainly for the opposing Grimmsnarl matchup, just so that, for the mirror matchup, just so that way you, because it has a Flower Curtain ability, basically it's Manaphy's ability, prevent all damage onto your bench Pokemon that don't have a rule box from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So this kind of shields all your smaller stuff from like opposing Grimmsnarls, and also from single prize Raging Bolt, which during my testing for both Raging Bolt and Grimmsnarl, I've discovered that baby Raging Bolt absolutely farms Grimmsnarl unless you place down Shaymin. So Shaymin is very important to be able to prevent that sort of stuff, and I ultimately think it is a very important card in this list. We are also playing 1 copy of Iron Bundle. Those of you who have been watching for a while know that I love Iron Bundle. I think it is one of the coolest cards in our format, no pun intended. And that's because it has the Hyper Blower ability, which says if this Pokemon is on your bench, you can switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench, and they choose a new one. So if your opponent's kind of sitting behind like a Budew, for example, and you have your Grimmsnarl all set up, you can use Hyper Blower, force them to send out something else, and you could potentially take up to like 2 to 3 prize cards in a turn. It also just is really helpful for getting rid of an annoying stall Pokemon, or just gusting up a target that your opponent wants to keep on the bench. Very useful card in a lot of situations. It can also take a whole bunch of Freezing Shroud damage, and then you can just move it all off after that. Of course, we got Snorunt. You could play either Snorunt. I just am playing the Astonished one. Doesn't it really matter? There's some crazy post I saw on Twitter about like, oh, well, Mew EX can copy Astonish. We're like, you're almost never going to be in that situation. I literally have never seen anything close to that at all while playing this deck. We also have one copy of Tatsugiri in here. This is the main difference between my list and my friend Henry Simmons's list that he played to NAIC this year and got day 2 with, is I added Tatsugiri and he did not have Tatsugiri. I think Tatsugiri is really good in this deck because it allows you to get a supporter card every single turn, and it also, like, because Marnie's Grimmsnarl's biggest weakness is its lack of consistency. It just, like, or basically a lack of a draw engine. As you can see in this list, there's no Pheasantipity, there's no way to draw extra cards, you're basically stuck with the ones that you have, which is why you play a very high supporter count, and we're going to talk about that. So Tatsugiri is really good for just getting the right supporter at the right time, because there's a lot of high counts of those supporters. Alright, we're playing 2 Buddy PAF just to get out our Impidimps, Snowrunts, Tatsugiris, and Budew, or Tatsugiri and Budew. We're playing only 2 copies of Counter Catcher because we do have Iron Bundle. And we also do have Boss in here. We are playing 1 copy of Earthen Vessel. You could play Energy Search in here if you wanted, just to get 1 energy, but I like getting 2, just so that way you can kind of load up 2 Munkidoris or something like that over the course of the next 2 turns. We have 1 copy of Nest Ball, mainly just to go grab Munkidori or Iron Bundle. But it's just search for a basic, but those are the ones that you're mainly going to want to grab. You can also grab Shaymin, because those are all cards that are out of reach of Buddy PAF. And we are also playing 2 copies of Night Stretcher to get back energies and Pokemon directly. Really good for getting back like a Munkidori into play and then attaching a Dark Energy. We are playing 2 copies of Rare Candy just to be able to go right from Impidimp into Grimmsnarl and force early pressure. We are playing Secret Box as our ace spec, which allows us to basically get a full setup. Very nice to start with Secret Box, and really good for later in the game when you're kind of missing a few pieces to get those combos started. Secret Box can kind of get you started on that path. We're playing 1 copy of Super Rod, just so that way we can get back maybe either a ton of energies if we're getting low, or just kind of a combination of energies and Pokemon. We're playing 1 copy of Ultra Ball, only 1, and that's mainly just to go get Grimmsnarl or Froslass or something like that, where we can't get a basic. We don't really care about Ultra Ball too much because we do have Spike Mew's Gym. We'll get to that in just a second. We also are playing 1 copy of Artisan to allow us to search out basics like Munkidori under item lock, especially. And then we have Spike Mew's Gym, which is incredibly powerful. Once during each player's turn, they can search your deck for Marnie's Pokemon. So then, in this case, we can grab an Impidimp, a Morgrem, or a Grimmsnarl and put it into our hand directly. No discards, no drawbacks whatsoever, and basically a free way to go get Marnie's Pokemon, which is incredibly powerful and can be used under item lock. We are playing 4 copies of Arven. We do play a lot of tools. We play 6 tools in this deck, so it's very important to get those at the right time. And also, most of the time, you're only missing like 1 or 2 specific like item cards at any given time. So getting Arven is very nice, especially on that first turn if you want to use a TM Evo or TM Devo play. We are playing 1 copy of Boss's Orders. We don't really care too much about gusting specific Pokemon because of our spread capability, but we do have Counter Catcher and we do have Iron Bundle to make up for Boss, but like if you definitely wanted to cut the bundle and add in a 3rd Counter Catcher, then it's still fine only playing 1 Boss. We're playing 3 Iono, just basically if we are struggling, and Grimmsnarl does struggle sometimes, I won't lie. then Iono can kind of give you a little bit of a break, potentially, a little bit of a reset, and allow you to kind of start from scratch again. We are playing 4 copies of Professor's Research. Just delete your hand, get new cards. Very common to use Research just to dump and draw. And honestly, I think Arven and Research are basically the backbone of this deck. Like, it just needs to be able to draw cards every single turn. All right, on to our tool cards. We are playing 1 copy of Defiance Band. This is really good. Henry said that when he was testing this, and when we were testing for NAIC, that playing Defiance Band was really good against the single price beat stick matchups, specifically because it could allow Grimmsnarl to one-shot things like Teal Mask Ogerpon or some of those other 210 HP basic EXs in the format, and like Pheasantipity as well, and you get to do that spread damage without having to waste a Munkidori ping on it. So Defiance Band is really good because also you're most likely going to be behind on prizes if you start with like a Budew or Tatsugiri in the active spot, and you're against an aggro deck like Raging Bolt or something like that. You can basically just attach that Defiance Band, and then you can do that exact knockout that you need in order to take out a troublesome Teal Mask Ogerpon specifically is kind of what the main issue is, but you can take out any Ogerpon. Really, a lot of different Pokemon in this format do kind of just get wiped out by Defiance Band, which is really nice. We're playing 1 copy of Rescue Board. Mainly, you're going to want to put your Rescue Board on Tatsugiri, so that way you can just go up with Tatsugiri, use Attract Customers, and Retreat. But you can also use it on like Munkidori or Froslass, just to make sure that it's not getting stuck in the active spot and you're not wasting energy. We are playing 2 copies of Technical Machine De-Evolution to de-evolve our opponent's evolved Pokemon. This is really good into the Dragapult matchup. This is really good against the Charizard matchup. Anything that likes playing Rare Candy, if you can just put a little bit of damage onto those Pokemon, then you can just delete them and wipe them all from the board with the TM Devo. We are playing 2 just so that way in case we discard 1, or if we need to Devo twice in a game, it is available. And we are also playing 2 copies of TM Evolution to be able to evolve our Snorunts into Frostlasses and our Impidimps into Morgrems. Very, very useful. Almost every single turn 1 going second or turn 2 we'll end up with a TM Evo with a slow play or a itchy pollen. So very important to play that. And then we have 8 copies of Darkness Energy. So that is the list. I would say this list has varying levels of success. Before we get started, I would quickly ask to see if you're subscribed. I put a ton of effort into planning and making these videos, which can get tough sometimes due to me being a college student. Subscribing helps support me and my channel, and it allows me to make more videos like the ones you're currently watching. And if you want to help support my channel even further, consider becoming a member. With 3 different tiers to choose from, you'll get access to my videos early, get exclusive behind-the-scenes updates, you'll get creative inputs on new videos, and more. Every member will also be featured in the credits of every single one of my videos. Thank you so much for your support so far. Now, let's get back to the video. And yeah, we're gonna give it a go. As you can see, I have not played too much in Destined Rivals so far. I didn't really get past Quick League, which is just awesome. And we're probably gonna get forced to go first, which is not great for this deck. Seems to be my recording luck anyways. Okay, we're going second. I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's been a lot of Poison Donk here. That would have been a pretty bad hand if the Rare Candies, the Research was an Arven, Defiance Band was... I guess, like, 2 Buddy Poffin is always awesome to look at, but, like, this hand would have sucked otherwise. So I'm glad that we're getting a mulligan here. But, like, it always seems to be my luck to go against, like, the dumbest stuff when recording. Oh, okay. Please don't be Poison Donk. I'll be very upset if that is how this game goes. They clearly wanted to go first for a reason. And it's Gardevoir. Okay, so Gardevoir, I think we do want to... This actually is okay. Honestly, I like this. To be completely honest, okay, they are playing Drifloon. We are playing Jamming Tower, but we kind of do farm Gardevoir. I will kind of explain as we go along, but like, you actually have such a good Gardevoir matchup. Why are they putting that up the Ralts? Like, why would you ever want to put this guy up? Ooh, okay. This is actually an incredibly good hand. This one just went from a good hand to an amazing hand, because now we can also go get a Munkidori. So I think we go here, and we can go get a Rescue Board. I think that's pretty good. So let's go get Budew PRE and Rescue Board. Let's Budew PRE, and we're going to go get 2 Impidimps, I think. So here's my debate here. If we go get 2, you know what, we're going to go get 2 Impidimps, just so that way they can't just go Rare Candy into Screamtail, knock it out. And then we're going to Nest Ball and go and grab a Munkidori, I think. We could also go get Shaymin. We could have gotten the Shaymin off the Nest Ball anyways, so that way they couldn't do that. But I think Munkidori is just more valuable here. So we'll go here, I'll attach an energy here, I'll attach my TM evolution here, and then we can also attach the Rescue Board somewhere else. But we also have a good option for retreat. So now let's evolve these 2 guys. We'll go one at a time, 1, and oh, that is kind of bad. We don't have another Morgrem. I should have checked that. That is one of the downsides to this deck, is that you do get a little greedy with your Grimmsnarl lineup. You're only playing a 3-2-2 or a 3-2-2 line. Them placing down Artisan is an interesting choice, because now it allows me to go and get my Shaymin. But I think that they're starting to realize that placing down the Ralts is a really bad idea. Okay, they Iono away the Rescue Board, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. We do have Arven Rare Candy into Grimmsnarl, which is really good here. Ooh, they've got nothing else. So, actually, we are in a very, very nice spot now. And we do even have the Froslass, which really does help get our monkeys going. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to place down another Munkidori. We're going to attach an energy here. Let's go for... I don't even need to Rare Candy into Grimmsnarl. Let me Artisan. I think I want to Artisan here. And they're just going to hurt another Ralts if I use that. So honestly, I'm fine to just go get the Shaymin. So that way they can't snipe our bench and they are forced to attack the active. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Froslass here. Yeah, Froslass here. We're going to Grimmsnarl here. Punk up. Yes, I would like to use Punk up. And I think that we're only going to attach 2. Normally with Grimmsnarl, you just want to attach 2 to the Grimmsnarl that you're working with. You don't want to waste energies unless you play E-Switch. And I was playing Energy Switch in this deck for a while, but I just didn't like how it felt. So if I do this, I think we just attack the other Ralts here. Because if that turns into a Gardevoir, then we one-shot it. I don't know if I want to use the Arven or if I want to use Iono. But we have Iono next turn as a guarantee. I'm wondering if I just go grab like Secret Box and then just hold on to it. And I don't really care if they use Iono on their next turn. We're just gonna go Shadow Bullet for 360, and I don't want to help them with their damage here, so we're just gonna do this. We'll knock out the Ralts, put pressure on the other Ralts, and then we will also take some Freezing Shroud damage, which is by design. So here, Freezing Shroud, we will take 10 damage on each of our guys, and now we kind of see what happens. I could have Rare Candied the Impidimp and then just had the Grimmsnarl like that, but honestly, I think this is okay. So they have their own Munkidori, which isn't that terrible, I guess. So they're probably just going to go Rare Candy into Gardevoir, but if that's the case, then I can just go search out my boss. Okay, they have their own Secret Box, but they used Arven and didn't use any hand disruption, so we just go get our boss. We boss Gardevoir, and we basically just control the game here. Because I can go Secret Box for, like, Rare Candy. I guess the only thing that we're missing is... No, we can just go get Spikebeat's Gym, which is gross. Like, that, it all depends on what my opponent gets here, honestly. Because we might actually be in a spot where we can just Munkidori, some Drifloon damage here. And Munkidori some damage onto the Drifloon, knock out the Drifloon. They don't even have, like, anything going on in their discard pile, by the way. They can't even do enough damage in this situation. They can't even, they don't have any dark energy on their Munkidori. Yeah, no, that's not good for them, really. So I definitely want to go get Boss this turn. And I do have a dark energy in the discard. I do want to see what's in my deck, but I can't search. So I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to YOLO this, honestly. And I am going to go Arven. Get rid of the Arven, Iono, and TM Devo, because we still have those. And I'm going to just go get the Boss. I'm going to get the Spike Mute Gym. I'm going to get a Rare Candy, I think. And I'm going to go get a Tool card, which can be, I don't know, another Devo. So they were trying to set up another Gardevoir, maybe? Yeah, we're never going to be behind on prizes, really. We are basically set for the rest of the game. I'm just going to Spike Mute here. I'm going to use the Spike Mute. I'm just going to probably go get another Grimmsnarl in this situation. Just basically set up essentially a checkmate board. I do not see how my opponent wins here. Yes, I would like to use Punk Up and just attach 2 more. 1 and 2. Then I can Night Stretcher for another energy card. I keep the Rescue Board in hand, by the way. So we go here, I boss up the Gardevoir, and now I hit the Gardevoir for weakness, which is awesome. I can use Munkidoris, by the way. And I think we just load it all up. Yeah, okay. There's just no way for my opponent to get back into that game. I just basically knock out anything that they set up. Yeah, they just had no chance of winning that, and that's basically how the Gardevoir matchup goes. And Grimmsnarl against Gardevoir, that's basically the most free matchup possible for Grimmsnarl, just because Gardevoir just gets too overwhelmed by the Grimmsnarl spread damage, and also the weakness matchup does not help at all. So that was a very good game of showing why Grimmsnarl has a very favorable Gardevoir matchup. Obviously at NAIC, that was not the case apparently, just Gardevoir powered through the Grimmsnarls. Grimmsnarl had a very good day 2 presence, but like just fell short in top 8. Okay, we do not want to go first. If you're playing Grimmsnarl, you want to go second because you can either Itchy Pollen or TM Evo. So we want to go second in this situation, and this is actually... if we get an energy card, this is a good hand. If not, then we are in a little bit of trouble. And we are against the mirror match, so that's going to be a little interesting. So in this situation, you abandon the Froslass line. You do not want to play the Froslass line in the mirror matchup, because the Munkidori nonsense will just get so ridiculously insane that it's just not worth trying to do. So in this case, I think we're going to want to... I would like to draw a card. A Research is pretty good. And they start with an Impidimp, so good for them. We just basically need a... I don't want to use Research here. This is a very good hand past turn 1. But also we might have to just attach TM Evo and dump it. Just so that way we can try and get like... We'll see. Maybe get like TM Evo energy. If we get energy, then we're golden here. Another Research. That doesn't feel good. We basically are forced into this play, which sucks. And I don't want to get in Spike Mute Gym, but I just have to get the ball rolling here. And I am a little faster than them. So let's do this. Let's go for this. Let's Spike Mute. I really don't want to give them a Grimmsnarl, but I get to punch their Grimmsnarl first, technically. Let's do this. Get this guy. Night Stretcher. What does Night Stretcher give me back? Oh, it gives me a Grimmsnarl. That's actually really nice. And then we will use Evolution, and we will go Bop Bop. And we will evolve our Impidimps into Morgrems. Are you kidding me? Again, I didn't check, and again, a Morgrem is prized, which is just amazing. That's why I don't really like playing only 2 Morgrems. Sometimes I feel like it's just way too, like, skimpy of a line. But this happens, I guess. And they're not attacking us this turn, which means that we actually could potentially... No, they're just going to get another Impidimp here. Yeah, it sucks to put down Spike Mute. Because now they get access to their Now they're going to go TM Evo. If they TM Evo the Morgrem into a Grimmsnarl, that is actually super dumb. I don't know why they do that. But we'll see what my opponent does. I'm sure they're going to make the right play here. See, this is a case where the 30 damage really does matter, and you don't want to place the 30 damage down. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Night Stretcher. We can either Night Stretcher for an energy back once we retreat, or we can just Night Stretcher Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I would say just go with the Impidimp. Yeah, just the Impidimp. That is the correct option here. So they're going to go down a Munkidori here. They don't seem to have much in their hand otherwise. I don't know if I want to place down another Impidimp. I don't have another Morgrem, really. Honestly, I think that we just go Stretcher for Grimmsnarl. We can go Grimmsnarl here. And Punk up, yes we would. And we'll just take our 2. And we'll just go 1 and 2. So we're initiating the prize race here. I don't want to place down another Impidimp. I'd rather have more space for Munkidoris and for Shaymin. So let's just do something like this. Yeah, that's a little weird. We do get an Earthen Vessel, and we do have an Artisan to go get a Munkidori. So I will use Spike Muse while it's still here, obviously. I'll go get another Grimmsnarl. Let me go. Maybe I actually could place down a Snorunt. But no, I don't know if I want to place down a Snorunt, because that just boosts everything here. So maybe let's go for Artisan, and we can go Artisan for another Munkidori, because we just want to have Munkidoris. At this point, we just have the firepower. If they're going to have something similar, let's go here, retreat into the Grimmsnarl. I can Earthen Vessel away a Snorunt and grab 2 energies for the next 2 turns for our Munkidoris. Attach here, and then we can go ahead and use Shadow Bolt for 360, and obviously they're going to just move it off whatever I put it on. So here, this Morgrem can have it. But now we initiate the prize race. We did get rid of the Spike Muse, so they can't just get a Grimmsnarl of their own. We did get our own Spike Muse back again. But this puts them in a very awkward position, I'm guessing. They have 2 cards in their hand, and again, I did say Grimmsnarl does not have that great of a situation once it gets to this point. If it gets kind of like the hand is just poor, there's not really much it can do. So they're just going to countercatch the Munkidori with energy. Okay, never mind. Of course, they just naturally will have a research. This always happens, man. It's so annoying. Please don't tell me you got anything for a Grimmsnarl. That would be so funny. I would be really happy if you just got nothing for Grimmsnarl. You can monkey, but I'll just monkey back. And then... No, okay, they got a Grimmsnarl. But now I punch into their Grimmsnarl first. And the Impidimp survives as well, by the way. So I can just also go get another Munkidori. Okay, so they're just kind of copying me here, which is the correct thing to do. You don't want to put down more energies that you don't need to. I'm guessing another Munkidori is coming down as well. This is such a weird matchup to where, yeah, this is just one of those, like, really awkward matchups. Now they actually are in a much better position here. So I attach my energy to this Munkidori. I go get another Munkidori off Artisan. We'll be on even prizes, so this will be awkward. Maybe I'm going to want to go get another Impidimp, just in case, because they're going to start monkeying, which is the stupid thing is that... Oh, okay, why would you put it on the Grimmsnarl? Honestly, that seems like a bad idea. And so they're going to Shadow Bullet. I'm wondering if they're trying to set up some weird, like... Okay. I don't think that's correct, but then again, who am I to judge? So, honestly, if we can get a Night Stretcher, or if we can just top deck Munkidori, we get Tatsu. I don't really like Tatsu in this situation. So we're going to attach to our Munkidori, and honestly, this turn, it is actually more valuable, I think, to just go get the Iron Bundle, because I don't want to hit their Grimmsnarl. And then I could just go ahead and use Iono here. Just give me better options and without giving them anything here. Okay, this seems pretty good. I can place down another Munkidori. And I have Secret Box, but I don't want to use Secret Box. Let's go, let's use Hyper Blower first. Let's see what they put up before using Adrenabrain. Because this forces them to put something up that they don't want to. And this is why Bundle is so good. It basically forces them into an uncomfortable position. Yeah, they did not want to put out that Munkidori. I know that. Adrenabrain. Now we're just going to Adrenabrain. Basically, we're just going to move it onto this Morgrem, I guess. Because they're just going to move it right back. But it also means that Impidimp is safe from getting knocked out unless they get multiple other things. So in this case, honestly, I might actually just go a Buddy Poffin. Oh, we don't have another Impidimp. I thought we had one more Impidimp. Unless I discarded it. I did discard it. That is unfortunate. I don't want to place down another Pokemon, so I guess I can just go get Tatsu. I don't like getting Tatsu, though, because they could... I guess, at the very worst, we can go get Tatsu. Let's go get Tatsu. That's fine, because it just gives us an opportunity to potentially have a Pokemon to use. So let's just go Shadow Bullet, and basically we pressure this Morgrem. Yeah, they're just going to probably Adrenabrain all the damage off anyways. Let's take another prize card, and Arven is okay here. Once again, though, they can just use Counter Catcher. This is just one of those weird technical matchups where you kind of have to figure out what the best line is. And also, if they do have their own Iron Bundle here off of Artisan, we just push the Tatsu. So we're not out of the woods yet. They have 6 cards in their hand. I imagine that they're going to have some stuff to work with. But we are in a pretty okay spot. If they attack the Grimmsnarl, then we just Adrenabrain. Yeah, that's the annoying thing, is that they always can just use Munkidori and just keep using Adrenabrain over and over and over again. So if they just punch into this Grimmsnarl, actually, I think that we... Okay, so they're going to boss up the one with energy. Again, this is the really annoying thing about this matchup, is that essentially this is their only thing. This is the only thing that they do, is that they kind of just keep spamming boss and anything to get their Munkidoris, to get your Munkidoris up and they active. So now they actually do take the knockout on this Impidimp, which is super annoying. But that does put us in Counter Catcher range, meaning that we can kind of just go ahead and Counter Catch up one of their Munkidoris, take another prize card, and basically, yeah, that's one of the most annoying things about this matchup, is now they take a whole bunch of really annoying, undeserved prize cards, and then I have to respond. So I think what we do here is we Tatsu and hope that we can draw into... Okay, we drew into a boss regardless. So I could just honestly use boss's orders here, but I want my Munkidori value, I think. I can put down the Shaymin. I should have had the Shaymin previously. So we're going to put the Shaymin down so they can't use any more damage with Shadow Bullet. I'm curious on if I just go Secret Box and go get Counter Catch plus... Spike Mute, or no, I'd have to go get a Night Stretcher, and I only have one Night Stretcher left. This seems a little bit awkward. We also are down the Super Rod. So in this case, I think we just simply boss one of the Munkidoris. This does mean that we cannot use... Wait, we can't use Attract Customers still, right? Yeah, we can. Okay. So if we get a Supporter, we don't get a Supporter, which means that we can't use a Dark Energy to use Munkidori this turn, which is actually okay, because that just fuels their Munkidoris more. So let's do this, and we'll just go Shadow Bullet. I honestly could have gone for the Morgrem in hindsight, but this is okay. The issue is that we just don't have another Grimmsnarl, and they do. They just use Grimmsnarl. We do kind of shut down their bench damage manipulation. So I think what we need to do is next turn we top deck Defiance Band might be helpful, so it all depends on what we top deck. If we get a Night Stretcher, we can go get Night Stretcher, get an Impidimp, and then kind of play it out from there. I think we definitely need to disrupt their hand here with Iono. I think that we're in a bad spot now, honestly, because, I mean, I've gotten rid of 3 of their Munkidoris. Those have been my 3 prize cards so far. If they get their own Shaymin, then we're in a really annoying position, honestly. But I think Bundle really did do what I wanted it to. Honestly, I'm not really complaining. This game is a very weird matchup. But I think it's interesting enough, right? Like, this seems like a pretty interesting matchup. I don't know what my opponent really can do, though. Like, yeah, they're just going to get their own Shaymin, which is really annoying. But basically, I just want to play the single prize race, I think, the rest of the game here. Which, I don't want to punch into their Grimmsnarl. Maybe that is the play. I just go punch Grimmsnarl, and then Devo? Like, Iono Devo? Because is this... No, this isn't Rare Candied. That sucks. But, like, I just put damage on this guy. No, I'm just going to monkey it back. It doesn't matter. So they're going to Shadow Bullet. It doesn't matter where they put the damage, because my Shaymin is in play. And yeah, this is where things get really awkward. This is where I wish I had an E-switch in my deck, honestly. I don't want to lose all of my Arvins, also. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Defiance Band. And then we will go Iono. We go Iono, and then we can just use Counter Catcher. Okay, so we do have Rare Candy, and we do have Spike Muth, but we don't have... Ooh, maybe I played this wrong. We can go get a Snorunt, but I don't really think Snorunt is that useful. Maybe what I could do is... I don't know. Sure, Snorunt, you can go down on the bench. And we can attach our energy here. We can go Adrenabrain. I guess we just move off the Adrenabrain damage on here. Just basically force them to keep doing this. This just sucks a little bit. Maybe I should have just used the Secret Box, because I know that the bench damage doesn't happen. And we are on even prizes. I actually should have just used Secret Box, honestly. They're gonna Night Stretcher for another... Oh, dude, that's so annoying. That's so bad. Because now they actually take... I don't know why I placed down the Snorunt. They just win now, man. Oh, I don't know why I placed down the Snorunt. I don't know why I placed down the Snorunt, because they could just clearly Munkidori. Yeah, that's one of the weird matchups. Yeah, can we skip this, please? I hate seeing that animation. But, yeah, I shouldn't have placed down the Snorunt. That was definitely wrong. I don't know why I placed it down in hindsight. I literally said at the beginning of the matchup, you're not supposed to do that. So, let's try one more game. Obviously, a little bit of a misinput on my end. I just was trying to think about, like, the end game, how I could potentially get a Devo play off, and I guess I just didn't fully think through the Snorunt. I was trying to think about also, like, maybe some damage manipulation with Monkey, trying to stall. Yeah, I think I just fell short on that end. So the Grimmsnarl matchup is just very, like, the mirror matchup is very weird, and I'm not a huge fan of it. And of course, the opponent won the coin flip choosing Tails. Who chooses Tails? That's my gimmick, man. No. Why? I hate going first with this deck, man. It's so bad when you go first with Grimmsnarl. Maybe it isn't so bad. Also, if this is some sort of dumb poison deck... No, it's not, because... Yeah, honestly, this might be okay. If I do this, I don't care if they gust something up. And we are playing one mulligan before drawing a basic, and it's Zoroark with Max Belt. What the heck? What would you possibly play in Zoroark that would require Max Belt? You just wanted to use Reshiram to do more damage? That's so unnecessary. Yeah, we're gonna take that extra prize card. Ooh, wee! Or, draw card. Ooh, hello, Pheasantipity. That's just basically free prize cards, bro. Dude, the Rare Candy into, Grimmsnarl on the next turn. We're threatening a turn 2 Grimmsnarl already. So we do something like this, we do something like this, and then we pass. I'm surprised that it... Oh, because I can actually retreat the Munkidori. Yeah, no, we don't want to retreat the Munkidori until we know what exactly they've done. So here they are going to Buddy Poffin. Oh, what? Oh, it's a Blaziken deck. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But it's Blaziken with Noctowl? What are they playing in this deck? What the heck? Seems a little goofy. So is it Blaziken with Zoroark while also playing some sort of Terra Pokemon so that way they can use the Noctowl line? What? I don't understand. I don't understand. This is a goofy, weird... Oh, Slacking. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, we do not like Slacking EX. We do not want those living. So I guess that they're gonna go get a Zorua here. Yeah. No, yeah, this is actually a really good spot for us. We can, if we just top deck, I mean, it is asking a lot, but we punch into this Pheasantipity. We deal some bench damage. What? Oh, I get. Actually, that's not too horrible against that specifically. Okay. Are you retreating? If they're not retreating, that's really stupid. Yeah, dude, that's so annoying. Why? Well, no, I just go. Never mind. Pfft, what am I talking about? This is okay. What am I talking about? Oh, hold on. Let's just Spike Mute first. Just make sure that I actually have the necessary. So let's go grab a Morgrem, I think, and then let's see. Do we have the Rescue Board in the deck? We do. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I don't know why I'm so annoyed. We have Arven. We'll go get Rare Candy, and we're gonna go and get our Rescue Board. Very, very nice. Snorunt, which is actually now a Froslass, so that we can start dealing some chip damage. They actually just gave me a free retreat on the Munkidori. Thank you, opponent. And now we are basically in the driver's seat here. We are in such a commanding position. We will use Punk Up, and we will only attach our... You know what? Yeah, we'll attach 2, because we actually are very low on energy here. We'll just go attach our 2. We will retreat into our Grimmsnarl, and we will punch this thing with a Shadow Bullet. And... let's see, hold on. Inspect the board. We actually can take out the Fan Rotom. 4, and then... yeah, this seems pretty good. Because now we just go ahead and use Adrenabrain. If they try and respond, we just Adrenabrain the Fan Rotom. Yeah. Okay, so they get a Zoroark down. Maybe I should have placed them on the Zoroark, but they are basically dead in the water here. Team Rocket, that's so... oh, yeah, okay. I was about to say, that's so counterintuitive. What? Oh, I guess no, because they just wanted to grab the Slackoth. Yeah, no, I don't think my opponent really was going to have a good time there. So, yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. Obviously, Grimmsnarl won every single game today, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I played a little bit poorly. I am still relatively new to this deck, so I'm trying to figure out how to play it the best way. And, but yeah, you can see that Grimmsnarl can survive long games. It can apply very early pressure, and overall, I just feel like it's a deck that can really thrive in this format. We have yet to see really any big major tournament success. Obviously, Worlds is around the corner, so we could potentially see Grimmsnarl kind of pop up as a Worlds choice. I think it's definitely one of my major choices for this format. But yeah, I just would love to hear your thoughts about Marnie's Grimmsnarl, especially your thoughts about kind of this specific build. I definitely think if anything could be changed, I'd probably swap out a Tatsu for the 4th Munkidori. But yeah, that's going to be it for Marnie's Grimmsnarl. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I don't do gameplay videos very often anymore, but I really enjoyed making it, and really enjoyed making this thumbnail as well. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and yeah, that's going to be all from me. Next up should be a few of the more popular fan choices, potentially popular or terrible Pokemon Part 2 would be really fun to make, but also I do have a potential for a very special collaboration with a very big YouTuber, I'm not going to say any names, but it could be in the future. I'm not 100% sure, but it could be in the cards. So keep your eyes open, because we could have possibly the biggest video on this channel in this channel's history. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, have fun, we'll see you out there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.